G7 leaders are seeking consensus on an array of issues, ranging from trade to Brexit to international security, on the second day of their summit in Biarritz in France. But the leaders of the world's top Western economies are more divided than ever. French President Emmanuel Macron, who's hosting the gathering, has been welcoming his counterparts to a working meeting. US President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson have already held their first face-to-face talks, with Trump hailing Johnson as the right man to deliver Brexit. The US President has pledged a speedy free trade deal if the UK leaves the EU as planned on October the 31st. And DW's Barbara Wiesel joins us now from the summit in Biarritz. Welcome, Barbara. Now, talks have been going on for the last few hours. What can you tell us?
We do have one first concrete, almost concrete result here. That is that the French President Emmanuel Macron has gotten a mandate from the other G7 participants to talk to Iran. That is not a lot, but a little better than nothing. The mandate says that he is supposed to try and open diplomatic doors, hold talks with Iran, diffuse the tension, particularly around the tanker crisis in the Gulf, and somehow get Iran back into the diplomatic game, so that probably there can be further down the road talks about the United States on one side and Iran on the other side about a future agreement on a new nuclear deal. That is the goal. How much Macron can really achieve there, who had held preliminary talks with the Iranian Foreign Minister Zarif before this meeting here, is totally open. But at least it is a little sign of possible peace and de-escalation. On the other hand, concerning trade, there is no white smoke yet, because the basic difference, we know this, is Europeans think that American trade wars are poison for the world economy, and President Trump sees things quite differently. He says the United States are doing well, our economy is booming. That's his perception of things, at least, and the rest of the world doesn't really concern me. So whether there will be any sort of closing this gap between these two sides, we don't know yet.
OK, so trade is a fractious issue today, and it's actually something that Boris Johnson and Donald Trump discussed ahead of a working breakfast this morning. Let's have a quick listen to what they had to say.
You know who this is, as everybody knows? It's going to be a fantastic prime minister, I can tell you. And we're having very, very good meetings. So far, it's really good. Yeah.
We're going to do a fantastic deal once we clear up some of the obstacles in our path.
We get some fantastic many deals, talking about many different deals, but we're having a good time. As far as UK and the United States, we're working on a very big trade deal, and I think it's going to work out very well.
All right, so talk of a fantastic deal there. It all seems very friendly. But obviously working out a trade deal between the UK and the US is going to be much more difficult than they're suggesting.
Absolutely. All this is still pie in the sky, because every expert knows that with trade deals, the devil is in the detail. Boris Johnson came with a quite detailed and rather a special list of the British goods that he would like to export to the United States. For instance, British pork pie, bell peppers, cauliflower, shower trays. Why he chose those goods, nobody knows. But somehow he tries to paint the future after Brexit as a golden era for British exports and the British economy. However, he also asked, of course, for access to public procurement in the United States. Now, other people have tried that before and had no luck whatsoever. So, of course, he has to sort of get up hopes that this is going to be great, that golden opportunities will arise. But on the other hand, everybody knows that once the two sides sit down at the table and have to hammer out the details of this, the American side is looking to their own advantage, particularly if Donald Trump is in office and keeping an eye on negotiations.
All right, Barbara Wiesel reporting for us from Biarritz. Thanks so much.